1. Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, let's step out of debate land for a few minutes and think about how these Ivy League private schools really operate. Time government is motivated by the right things but are blind to the financial, economic, and political reality. That is to say that they forget this is an actor motion. This is not just a value judgment motion, meaning it's truly in the interest of the private, prestigious university to keep their lights on and grow their endowment fund. The endowment fund is super important, and we only get that from Joseph, of which we heard little to no responses from government. So, a few responses to the immediate previous speaker. Number 1, government whip doesn't evolve the response to our case given the point by my DLO. And I think this sucks because the response he gave was integral in taking out government's main method of achieving their impacts. Let me be clear. The point in which DLO points out that these private universities now concede the fact that they take out legacy institutions is the point in which they admit to the sin they have committed. So when they have admitted to the sin in their actions, that is precisely the point that a lot of the goodwill that government keeps talking about, saying that, oh, it's gonna be looking good for us, will actually be taken away because it will cost backlash the moment you actually do it. So government has to understand that these schools are between a rock and a hard place. So if they try to keep it secret, it will be found out. If they admit, they will be even more flame to the backlash that government seems to prioritize within this debate. So to a large extent, there's just little response to our case line by government whip. So GovWhip agrees to us on the broad metrics of what constitutes as a prestigious college's interest. Yeah, they care about the image and perception, but at no point do they nuance it to what both of my partners said in their speeches. Let's remember, the incentive of this actor falls under incentive and capacity. So does the prestigious university have incentive to do this? That's a question that we ask, and no, it doesn't. We give you a lot of disincentives to the university to not act. And does the prestigious university have capacity to do this? Well, yes, it does. But given the circumstances of how other people react, it will make their position a whole lot worse. So there are 3 questions to answer this debate. Number 1, what is the interest of these private prestigious universities? Number 2, what are the benefits of legacy admissions versus the harms of eliminating it? And number 3, how do we increase the overall quality of education and at the same time bolster the legacy of these Ivy League schools? So what do we get from government? At best, we get an asserted sense of urgency. Gov talks about their legacy and reputation getting wrecked, but you can't just assert a principle. You can't just assert a principle without weighing it and expecting it to stick, ladies and gentlemen. This legacy this legacy and reputation is not absolute, and we flip this and tell you that it becomes further hampered and damaged when they backtrade on the promises they have already made promises that they have made already to the alumni and donors, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a policy motion, but an actor motion. It becomes extremely unstrategic to piss these people off and turn away from their hand, because that's the hand that fed you. That's the hand that helped you. That's the hand that keeps the gears running. This is me flipping their claims on protecting their reputation and media backlash. This is because on both sides, if you do anything there, there will be backlash. But they would care more about the backlash from those that fund them versus generic backlash from random people who you don't really care about or unlikely to actually go to these schools and constantly fund you and keep it running. So they talk about short-term and long-term, but let us win on both metrics. On the short term, Gov was dismissive about the thing and asserted their principles above practicality. Little to no reason on how all this have economic realities and costs. Bad things happen, as what Seth and Jordan said. When you abandon legacy admissions, the POIT challenge was about how we get money from the government. A few responses. First, bro, it's a private institution, gang. They get little money from the government after a prestigious school that's private. Second, bro, even if you get money from the government, it's not enough. Take a look at Donald Trump's authorities and Elon Musk swinging the big dick of Department of Government of Efficiency to slash budgets all across the board. Third, bro, we just get more money on our side. Government funding plus alumni donations is a bigger endowment fund. 80 to 90% of the total endowment comes from donations. The minority actually comes from the government budget and altruism of the good people. This is just a matter of economic realities. And then this is now the long term. The thing that they're saying, oh, it's better on our side. So, oh, wait, sorry, pause. Hello, pause timer. Pause. Sorry, so my mother was calling me. Wait, pause, my mom's calling me. Pause. So sorry. I'm gonna message her to stop calling me. Give me a moment. Boss. Thank you so much, Ad, for pausing. Okay. So, I'm gonna start again. I'll do a countdown. I'm so sorry. Is my mic still working? Yes?
Yep, it's working.
Okay, I'm so sorry for what happened there. Okay. Let me just get back in the mood. Boo! Okay, 3, 2, 1. On the long term, Jaron had a great point about backtracking on your word wrecks your reputation. Bro, everyone right now is talking about fucking Georgia or Trump being a dick to Ukraine. People forget about this Ivy League issue already. If we remove legacy admissions, we throw back to a wound that has already closed. Go, POI, now.
Companies like Google and Microsoft who focus on inclusivity are going to pay these colleges for getting students in from various backgrounds.
Just Google and Microsoft is going to be putting all their money in here when they have completely different incentives and interests in mind right now, when they're so focused on AI, so focused on other things that are not related to pure education, ladies and gentlemen. So, okay, we move past that when we are able to study. Okay, so if we remove legacy admissions, we throw back to a wound that has already closed. We move past that, we are able to strategically allocate capital accordingly. Panel, ladies and gentlemen, please not the severe lack of engagement from government. At best, they talk about legacy, but we question the lens of who that is for. Yeah, legacy is important, but that is outcome dependent and contingent to even people having something to be proud for. The people we are proud about. You literally have less diversity on the side of government. You turn off the very people who supported you, such as the politicians and the elites. It is a classic case of sounds good in paper, but doesn't work in reality. The reason why we win is because we give you a breakdown of how these schools operate. Legacy admissions are a necessary evil for these prestigious universities to keep their lights on and keep top-tier stuff in place. All of the other alternatives that Gov has posited doesn't work because their strategy is all over the place and practically just begging. Why uproot the entire system for the sole reason of a random student but be a talented individual when we actually need to keep things running? And I have never been proud to oppose this debate. Thank you.